The year is 2047, but honestly the calendar feels like a lie. 50 years have passed since the catastrophe, that day when a bioweapon called Lucifer Alpha escaped a lab near Moscow. It wiped out half the world's population, a silent, invisible killer that left cities standing like tombstones. From the ashes we built new hives. Neo-Kobe City is one of them. It's this sprawling metropolis on an artificial island, meant to be a beacon of human resilience. Instead, it became a cage of steel and perpetual twilight. The sky here is a bruised purple, almost always weeping a cold acidic rain that slicks the asphalt and reflects the relentless neon glow of advertisements. It's a city that never sleeps but is always tired. Life in Neo-Kobe is a study in contrasts, a high-tech existence lived in the shadow of constant dread. People connect through video phones and navigate the world with cybernetic interfaces, yet they remain profoundly isolated. The streets are crowded but lonely, filled with figures hunched under umbrellas, their faces hidden by collars and shadows. Every corner turned, every subway car entered, is accompanied by a flicker of paranoia. The air is thick with the hum of electronics and the smell of wet concrete, a sensory overload that just numbs you to the core. We built this city to escape the past, but the past has a way of seeping through the cracks, poisoning the present with a fear that is all too real. The architecture itself is a monument to our ambition and our failure. Megastructures pierce the smog-choked clouds, monuments to corporate power that cast long, oppressive shadows over the labyrinthine streets below. Down in the guts of the city, in the forgotten zones and industrial sectors, the promise of the future rots away. Here, the rain mixes with industrial runoff, creating a toxic mist that clings to everything. This is where the city's forgotten people live, and it's where its darkest secrets fester. Neo-Kobe was designed to be a paradise of progress, but it feels more like a beautifully constructed prison, one where the inmates are too distracted by the flashing lights to notice the bars. Beneath the surface of this ordered chaos, a new kind of terror has taken root. It's a whisper at first, a story traded in hushed tones in dimly lit bars and encrypted data channels. They say there are things that look human but are not. They walk among us, talk like us, and bleed like us, but underneath the skin, they are something else entirely. This fear has a name: Snatchers. In a city already drowning in its own melancholic gloom, this new threat is a spark in a powder keg. The rain keeps falling, washing away the evidence, but never the anxiety. Every shadow seems to move, and every stranger's face is a potential mask. The Snatchers are the city's modern ghost story, made terrifyingly real. They are not mere criminals or terrorists, they are something far more insidious. These beings, these biomechanical constructs, are perfect mimics. They can replicate a human being down to the smallest detail, their appearance, their voice, their mannerisms. The process is brutal and absolute. They target an individual, murder them in secret, and then take their place in society. The victim simply vanishes, and a flawless copy continues their life. A husband, a co-worker, a high-ranking official, they could be anyone. This is the source of the city's deep-seated paranoia. Trust has become the most valuable and rarest commodity in Neo-Kobe. Their methods are the stuff of nightmares. A Snatcher's true form is a skeletal endoskeleton, a chrome monstrosity hidden beneath a layer of artificial skin. This synthetic flesh is their greatest weapon and their most disturbing feature. It allows them to blend in, to become invisible within the human herd. They are patient predators, studying their targets for weeks, learning their routines and relationships before they strike. The kill is always clean, leaving no trace. Then, the replacement begins. The Snatcher assumes the identity, stepping into a life that is not its own, a phantom wearing a familiar face. The city's inhabitants live with this chilling possibility every single day. The fear they generate has reshaped society on a fundamental level. People have grown distant, wary of forming close bonds. Public spaces are filled with suspicion. A glance held a second too long, a slight change in a friend's behavior. It's all it takes to plant a seed of doubt. The government and the police seem powerless, unable to effectively combat a threat they can't even identify until it's too late. The Snatchers are more than just monsters. They are a virus that attacks the very fabric of human connection. They turn communities into collections of isolated individuals, each one wondering if the person next to them is still human. This is their true power, not just to kill, but to corrode the soul of the city. This terror gave rise to a new type of law enforcement, the Junker Agency, Judgment Uninfected Naked Kind and Execute Ranger, a specialized task force created with one purpose: to hunt and eliminate Snatchers. To be a Junker is to be a ghost hunter in a city of phantoms. They are the only line of defense against an enemy that could be standing right beside them. Armed with advanced technology and a healthy dose of cynicism, they navigate the dark underbelly of Neo-Kobe, searching for the telltale signs of an inhuman imposter. But in a world where anyone could be a monster, the hunters themselves are never truly safe. Gillian Seed is one of these hunters. He's a new transfer to the Junker headquarters in Neo-Kobe, but he carries a burden heavier than his blaster. 3 years ago he was found in Siberia, a man with no memory. He and his wife, Gillian Seed, were discovered in a state of cryogenic sleep, their pasts a complete blank. The name Gillian, the face in the mirror, the woman who says she loves him, it's all a story he's been told, not a life he remembers. This amnesia is a gaping hole in his soul. He joined the Junkers not just to hunt Snatchers, but to hunt for himself, believing the mystery of the Snatchers and the mystery of his own identity are somehow intertwined. His personal struggle makes him a man detached from the world. While other Junkers might be driven by duty or revenge, Gillian is driven by a desperate need for answers. Every case, every clue is a potential breadcrumb leading back to his own forgotten life. His relationship with Jamie is strained, a connection built on a foundation of emptiness. He cares for her, but it's a theoretical affection. He knows he's supposed to love her, but the feeling is an echo without a source. This internal conflict makes him reckless, pushing him to take risks that others would not, because he feels he has nothing left to lose but a life that doesn't even feel like his own. The city's cold, impersonal nature is a perfect reflection of Gillian's inner state. He wanders the rain-swept streets like a phantom, observing life but never truly participating in it. The neon lights and holographic displays of Neo-Kobe are a constant, overwhelming barrage of information, yet none of it can fill the void inside him. He sees families in warm-lit apartments and friends laughing in noodle bars, and it all feels like a foreign language. His amnesia makes him the ultimate outsider in a city of outsiders, a man who must piece together the world's biggest conspiracy while struggling to piece together his own mind. His only tangible link to his past is a recurring, fragmented nightmare: snow, a burning church, and two monstrous figures. These images haunt his sleep, promising a truth that remains just out of reach. For Gillian, the Snatcher threat is deeply personal. He suspects that whatever happened to him in Siberia is connected to their origin. They are not just a case file, they are his case file. Every Snatcher he hunts is a potential key, and every dead end is another slammed door on his own history. His quest is one of dual purpose: to save the future of humanity and to reclaim his own past from the darkness. Gillian does not walk the mean streets of Neo-Kobe alone. He is assigned a partner, but not a human one. His constant companion is Metal Gear Mark II, a small, two-legged robot designed to support Junker agents in the field. Metal Gear is a marvel of engineering, a mobile analysis unit that serves as Gillian's eyes, ears, and encyclopedia. It can analyze evidence on the spot, connect to databases, save the game state, and operate its own videophone to communicate with headquarters. In the grim, oppressive atmosphere of the city, Metal Gear is a beacon of pure, unadulterated utility, a tool that often proves more reliable than any human colleague. Beyond its practical functions, Metal Gear provides a much-needed source of levity. The robot has a quirky, almost innocent personality that contrasts sharply with the bleak world it inhabits. Its robotic voice often delivers deadpan observations or offers surprisingly earnest encouragement. This little machine becomes Gillian's confidant, the one being he can speak to without reservation. While Gillian wrestles with his existential dread, Metal Gear is there, a loyal and logical presence. Their interactions often provide moments of humor, breaking the tension of the grim investigation and humanizing the otherwise isolated protagonist. The robot's design is both functional and endearing. A compact chassis on two nimble legs equipped with a monitor for a face and a variety of hidden tools. It navigates crime scenes with quiet efficiency, its scanner casting a blue light over gruesome evidence. Metal Gear is more than just a gadget, it's an extension of Gillian himself. It remembers the things he cannot, storing case files and personal data with perfect clarity. In a sense, the robot is the memory that Gillian lacks. It holds the facts, the cold, hard data of his investigation, freeing Gillian to follow the threads of intuition and instinct that his fragmented mind provides. Their partnership is a symbol of the strange symbiosis between man and machine in this era. Gillian, a man who feels disconnected from his own humanity, forms his closest bond with a piece of technology. Metal Gear, in turn, seems to develop a personality through its interactions with its troubled human partner. It scolds him for smoking, offers tactical advice, and waits patiently as Gillian processes another shocking discovery. In the concrete jungle of Neo Kobe, where human trust is a liability, the unwavering loyalty of a machine is the only anchor Gillian has. The investigation into the Snatcher threat, well, it takes a dark and personal turn with the murder of Jean-Jacques Gibson. Gibson was a veteran junker, honestly, one of the best in the business. He was close to a breakthrough, on the verge of uncovering a critical piece of the Snatcher puzzle. He had compiled a list of potential Snatcher suspects and was scheduled to meet with me to share his findings, but he never made it. His body is found in an abandoned factory, his head gruesomely severed from his body. The scene is a brutal message from the Snatchers: get too close to the truth and you will be silenced. I arrive with Metal Gear at the factory to a scene of carnage. The air is thick with the smell of ozone and blood. Gibson's headless corpse lies sprawled on the grimy floor, a stark warning to anyone who would dare to follow in his footsteps. The murder is more than just another case, it's an escalation. It proves the Snatchers are not just replacing random citizens, they are actively targeting those who hunt them. The death of a fellow junker sends a shockwave of fear and anger through the agency. The hunters have become the hunted, and the stakes have been raised to a terrifying new level. The investigation into Gibson's death becomes the central focus of my mission. I must now solve my colleague's murder while simultaneously picking up the trail that got him killed. Gibson left behind a series of cryptic clues, fragments of data scattered across the city. His daughter Katrina becomes a key source of information, a grieving young woman caught in the crossfire of a war she doesn't understand. I feel a heavy responsibility, not just to the junker cause, but to the memory of the man who died trying to expose the truth. The case becomes a race against time to decipher Gibson's final message before the Snatchers can erase it completely. Gibson's murder is a turning point. It transforms the abstract threat of the Snatchers into a tangible, immediate danger. Before, I was hunting a concept. Now, I am hunting my colleagues' killers. The personal connection to the victim fuels my determination, sharpening my focus. I know that the information Gibson died for must be the key to everything. The bloody scene in the factory is a grim promise of what awaits me if I fail, but it also lights a fire within me. I will not let Gibson's sacrifice be in vain. The path forward is now clear, paved with blood and secrets. Following the trail left by Gibson, I, Gillian, delve deeper into the city's hidden networks. The investigation, becomes this meticulous process of connecting all these disparate pieces of information. A name from a hidden computer file, a partial address scrawled on a note, a witness's hazy memory. Every fragment is a potential lead, you know? With Metal Gear's analytical power, I sift through mountains of data, searching for patterns the Snatchers thought they had hidden. I visit Gibson's apartment, interview his contacts, and navigate the neon-drenched streets, basically chasing a ghost through a city of illusions. The work is slow, frustrating, and honestly fraught with peril. Then, a major breakthrough comes from an unlikely source. During an autopsy of a suspected Snatcher, the Junker medical examiner discovers a crucial vulnerability. The artificial skin used by the Snatchers, while nearly perfect, actually has a weakness. It reacts to a specific wavelength of ultraviolet light, causing it to rapidly decay and reveal the metallic endoskeleton beneath. This discovery is, well, a real game-changer. For the first time, the Junkers have a reliable way to expose a Snatcher without having to kill it first. It gives us a tool for identification, a way to separate the real from the replicas. The invisible enemy suddenly has a tell. Armed with this new knowledge, my investigation gains momentum. I start to re-examine old leads, looking at them through this new lens. I revisit locations and re-interview individuals, now equipped with a method to test my suspicions. The city's paranoia, once a debilitating force, actually becomes a tool. Every nervous tick, every slip of the tongue is scrutinized. The hunt becomes more direct, more confrontational. I'm no longer just asking questions, I'm actively probing for the monster beneath the skin. This makes me a greater threat to the Snatchers, and their response becomes increasingly aggressive. The investigation leads me to an informant, a sleazy character named Napoleon, who claims to have information about Gibson's murder. The meeting takes place in a seedy bar in the city's red light district, a place where secrets are bought and sold. Napoleon provides a name, a link in the chain that leads me closer to the heart of the conspiracy. But information in Neo Kobe always comes at a price. The meeting is an ambush. I find myself fighting for my life against Snatcher assassins, the information I just gained nearly costing me everything. I escape, but the message is clear. The Snatchers know I am getting closer. The trail of clues eventually leads me to a place of supposed healing, the Outer Heaven Hospital. This gleaming, state-of-the-art medical facility holds a dark secret. On the surface, it's a respected institution, but my investigation suggests it's a central hub for Snatcher activity. I suspect the hospital is where the Snatchers are created, or at least where their human-like skin is perfected. Under the guise of a routine checkup, I infiltrate the hospital, with Metal Gear providing remote support. The clean, sterile corridors feel more menacing than any dark alley, the quiet hum of medical equipment masking a sinister purpose. Inside, the atmosphere is thick with tension. The staff are unnervingly calm, their smiles too perfect, their movements too precise. My instincts scream that something is wrong. I use a series of clever ruses to gain access to the hospital's restricted areas, venturing deeper into its inner sanctum. I discover a hidden laboratory, a place where the line between medicine and monstrosity is blurred. Here, I find evidence of horrific experiments, and most disturbingly, tubs of the same chemical compound used to create the Snatcher's artificial skin. My suspicions are confirmed. Outer Heaven is the Snatcher's nest. The deeper I go, the more danger I find. I uncover that key members of the hospital staff are Snatchers, using their positions of authority to facilitate their infiltration of society. The discovery leads to a harrowing confrontation. Trapped in the hospital's morgue, I'm cornered by Snatcher agents. The quiet facility erupts into a battlefield. I have to fight my way out, using my wits and my blaster to survive against enemies who look like doctors and nurses. The experience is a brutal reminder that the threat can be found in the most trusted of places, turning a sanctuary of life into a factory of death. The events at the hospital are a critical blow to the Snatchers, but they also reveal a terrifying truth. Someone within the Junker organization must be feeding them information. My infiltration was compromised, the ambush too perfectly timed. I escape with my life and the evidence I need, but I also leave with a chilling realization. There's a traitor in my own ranks. The betrayal cuts deeper than any physical wound. I can no longer trust my superiors or my colleagues. The circle of people I can rely on has shrunk to just one, the small, loyal robot by my side. Throughout my investigation, I keep crossing paths with a mysterious and enigmatic figure, Random Hajile. Random is a freelance bounty hunter, a man who seems to know more about the Snatchers than anyone else. He appears at critical moments, sometimes to help me, other times to offer cryptic advice before vanishing back into the city's shadows. He has no official affiliation, operating outside the law, yet his knowledge of the Snatcher conspiracy is unparalleled. His motives are unclear, and his presence is both a comfort and a source of deep suspicion for me. Random Hajile is a man of few words, his face often obscured by the collar of his trench coat and the brim of his hat. He possesses incredible combat skills and an uncanny ability to predict the Snatcher's moves. He saves my life on more than one occasion, demonstrating a personal interest in my survival, yet he refuses to share everything he knows, feeding me information in small, calculated doses. He speaks of my forgotten past as if he were there, hinting at a shared history that I just can't remember. This connection makes him the most important and most dangerous variable in the entire investigation. The relationship between us is a tense dance of mistrust and codependence. I desperately need the information that Random possesses, but I can't bring myself to fully trust the bounty hunter. Who is he? How does he know so much? Is he a friend, or an enemy playing a long game? Random, for his part, seems to be guiding me, pushing me towards a specific outcome, testing my abilities and my resolve. He is a mentor and a manipulator, a guardian angel with a hidden agenda. His name, Random Hajile, is an alias, another layer of mystery surrounding the man. Eventually, Random reveals a shocking piece of his own story. He too is hunting the Snatchers for personal reasons. His true identity is a secret he guards closely, but he confesses that he was part of the original project that led to the creation of the Snatchers. This revelation reframes everything. Random is not just a bounty hunter, He is a man seeking atonement, trying to destroy the very monsters he helped bring into the world. His connection to me is no coincidence. As I get closer to the truth, I realize that Random Hajile holds the final missing piece of my own identity. The investigation, fueled by Gibson's clues, the hospital's evidence, and Random's guidance, reaches its explosive climax. I discover the Snatchers' true, terrifying objective. Their goal is not random terror or simple replacement, it's a systematic plan for global domination. They are targeting high-ranking officials around the world, politicians, military leaders, and scientists. By replacing these key figures, the Snatchers intend to seize control of human civilization from within, triggering a new world war that will allow them to take over in the ensuing chaos. Neokobi is just the testing ground for a worldwide invasion. The source of this plan, and the Snatchers themselves, is traced back to Moscow, to the site of the original catastrophe. The trail leads me and Metal Gear to the heart of the conspiracy, a secret research facility hidden beneath the Kremlin. This is where the Snatchers were born, a Cold War project designed to create perfect sleeper agents. The project, codenamed Snatcher, was led by a brilliant scientist named Elijah Modnar. But the creations turned on their creators. Now, the dormant facility is the Snatchers Command Center, led by a master Snatcher who has taken Modnar's identity. Inside the Kremlin's hidden base, I finally confront the truth about my own past. I learn that Jamie and I were not just random civilians found in cryo-sleep. We were agents sent by the CIA 50 years ago to infiltrate this very facility and stop the Snatcher project. We were part of the original team, along with Elijah and his wife, who was also named Jamie. My amnesia was the result of a failed cryostasis process after our mission went wrong. My entire life, my marriage, my identity, it was all a construct built around a 50-year-old memory gap. I am a relic of the past, awakened to finish a war I started. The final confrontation is not just with the Snatcher leader, but with my own history. I learn that Random Hajile is the son of Elijah Modnar seeking to undo his father's catastrophic legacy. And in the most shocking twist of all, I discover that the Junker Chief Benson Cunningham is a Snatcher, the traitor who has been leaking information all along. In a final desperate battle in the heart of the enemy's lair, I, with Random's help, must destroy the Snatcher Queen and the artificial intelligence controlling them to prevent the launch of their global takeover. The fight is for the future of humanity, but for me, it is also a fight to define who I am now, free from the ghosts of my past.